Hello, good people. Welcome back to the Kuhb Games YouTube channel. We are so back for Pac-Man to 1K. I'm sure if you all are here, that means you watched the last episode of me just absolutely having some sort of brain lapse. It was not a good night, very, very clearly. Definitely could have won probably all three of those matches. We went 1 and 2, so we are, like 12 and 2 on the series, which is still, fantastic to start it out. We didn't actually lose any elo. We are still at 287, but yeah, decided to make a few changes to the deck and run some more of it tonight to, just get some more uploads going. And, just kind of chilling, playing some Pac-Man. Of course, as with every episode, we've got the coffee here. Look, I don't know if you all have been to the Georgia Aquarium in Atlanta, but they have whale sharks there. And it's one of 2 aquariums in the world that has whale sharks. It's fantastic. Big fan of that. Shout out to Atlanta, as always. About to go there to win a 3v3 with Petty. But yeah, changes I made. Actually cut both of the stealth birds. I added in the 3rd wave motion cannon. And I sat here and I thought for a little bit, and I was like, let's just cut the other stealth bird for a 2nd Medusa worm. Give this a shot. I was looking at some really old lists that Petty shipped over to me on Discord, and it turns out Pac-Man has 1 top on online tournaments, according to Format Library. 1 ever. It won GFC 2. That was NB96. But that list, this was like 300 years ago, and there were only 26 players in that tournament. So that list was a little different, we'll say, from what I've got going here. It had 3 copies of Compulse, 3 copies of 7 Tools of the Bandit, I believe. It was playing all 3 Medusa Worm. It was playing a couple of Swarm of Locusts. But, maybe take some inspiration from the people that came before, and we'll try out more Medusa Worms. I mean, baseline, this card is just another Swarm of Scarabs, and that's a very good effect to have in the deck. And, I'm not totally cutting down on the burn. We cut 1 Stealth Bird for a Wave Motion Cannon, so we are adding some burn back into the deck, and I think Wave Motion Cannon is just a more powerful card. So we'll use our monsters for defense, we'll use our Wave Motion Cannon to go boom. The only other change from there is I cut a Solemn Wishes from the side. This is a card that I'm a huge fan of if you all know anything about me playing Pac-Man on the channel, so it hurts me to cut one of these, but also a big fan of the Spell Absorbing Life. Discovered how good this card was in Kuhb. So basically this is just Ceasefire, but instead of dealing damage to your opponent, you gain 400 life for each effect monster that's on the field. Still does the whole flippy thing where it, nullifies the flip effects and all of that good stuff. So just giving it a shot. If we play against Burn, we'll get to see it. If not, we probably won't be seeing it. I believe Burn's probably the only deck that I'm going to side this in against. It does have applications against Turbo, but I don't really think that's where I want to be going with it. But yeah, those are the changes. Again, we're at 287 elo, 12 and 2 on the series. Let's see if we can get some redemption going. All right, first match here. It's Tony 2450. Let me go Paper Gang here. Let me see if I can pull these up over here really quick. I think I probably can. Pulled it up over here. All right, we got Q&A. Everything pulled up over here. Very nice. And then I got it not pulled up, so let's see if we can do that again. There we go. Beautiful. I'm sure you all are enjoying every bit of this. Yeah, here we go. We'll click start turn. So our opponent leads on a giant rat, but I wanted to get the Q&A pulled up just in case we want to go over any of that. Here, I think I'm just going to set Golem Sentry. I'll go ahead and play out this level limit. Change this rat to defense. Giant rat plus nothing tells me it's probably Earth aggro. I don't think I want to set this Book of Moon. No reason to run into Heavy Storm here. Golem Sentry doesn't need level limit to survive. Golem Sentry does have a big butt. It can at least wall up rat, but we are going to see a knock, and that's totally fine. Nothing to get rid of our level limit just yet, and the opponent sets a back row. So I think I want to be a little protective of this Gravity Bind, and I don't really want to set knock and just give the opponent more reason to Heavy Storm, because then it would be a 1-for-1, assuming this isn't a Pro Set Storm, so we'll just pass the turn here. I'm good. MST. Okay. Level limit goes away. So I'd imagine... Oh, Exile Force? That's fine. Yeah, because we would have lost our Scarabs to an attack from the Giant Rat, so we still pull out a 1-for-1. Totally fine with that. And we do still have our Gravity Bind. Ooh, a little Lakuta, you say. Okay. Des Lakuta looking pretty good here. Exile Force gone. I think I may just lead on Swarm of Scarabs anyway. Yeah, and maybe I was misplaying a little bit by not setting the Book of Moon. Like, I get the reasoning. Like, don't make Heavy Storm a little bit juicier for the opponent by setting an extra back row. But if this is Earth aggro and it is looking like it, they do have Rhoda. And they can go get level 2. And Book of Moon is good at taking care of that. So, opponent summons another Giant Rat. We're going to flip up our Gravity Bind on the attack here. Decree? Alright, well, I guess I guess we're just going to lose then, right? Okay. Not really much I can do about that. Like, I could have booked one of these rats down, but that's not doing anything. God, Nightmare Wheel. Yeah. Okay. I see. What do we have? I don't think we really have an answer for that. Other than, like, second level limit. Oh, boy. I don't need to play any of these out. Well, actually, you know what? I am going to set the knock here because I want my opponent to Heavy Storm at this point. If they get rid of their own Decree, it's probably better for me. And it looks like this knock's not going to be doing anything. Here comes the Sangan. So I do think we have pretty good aggro matchup with Pac-Man in general. But, I mean, the opponent's just going to attack again, right? If it's aggro with Royal Decree, obviously it gets a lot worse. Decree, one of the banes of this deck for sure. But we get to bring in our MST, we get to bring in our Breaker, Double Snare, all that good stuff. Yeah, opponent's attacking. I'm just not going to give the information on this. I'm just going to go ahead and concede. They're going to attack with everything like they did last turn. So, yeah. We want Tribe, I think. We want Breaker for sure. MST, Double Snare, get them in. And normally I do like Wall against decks that could be playing level 2, and I think there's a reasonable chance they are, but we'll see. Book of Moon has to stay in, I think. We can probably cut Call of the Haunted. Ceasefire is good against level 2 as well, so I don't really want to cut it. I guess we could cut these knocks. We're bringing in 2 monsters, so we could definitely cut down, like, we could shave a Medusa Worm. I don't really want to cut the Morphing Jar, because Morphing Jar helps us draw 2 outs to Decree and stuff like that. Maybe we actually do just cut a Wave Motion Cannon. I know we're leaving in a lot of traps, but, like, we have to. Right? I would love to be able to cut more, but I think all of these traps are still justified. We just need to either fade the Decree or have an answer for it. Sick. I think this is our first hand opening full Trinity, right? In this whole series, just like actual have it. All right, Duo, you know what you need to do. Decree, right here. Get it out of here. We do have Solemn Judgment for Decree, which is pretty nice. Just pretty happy to see that. Giant Rat and Kaiku getting out of here. That's fine too, I guess. Now we will Pot of Greed. These are all fantastic. Very happy to see those. And then we'll throw off this Graceful Charity. Sick. Oh, got another answer for Decree. I want to keep my Ceasefire. Nightmare Wheel is probably better than Cylinder. So let's get rid of Cylinder, and we might just get rid of Tribe, honestly. I don't really care about their monsters too much, especially with a Golem Sentry. I do have a Nightmare Wheel. Maybe Cylinder was a little better. Nightmare Wheel can lock down a level 2, and then we can, like, ring something else, right? Yeah. Okay, sure. Whatever. Just get rid of the Tribe. I'm going to set everything. Yep. Get it all out of here. Go ahead, opponent. I invite you to Heavy Storm me. Starlight Road, sitting right here. God, I would kill for Starlight Road in code format. I love that card so much. Now there's the heavy storm. And there is 3,500 of my life points. There are 3,500 of my life points? Oh, there's the level 2 we were talking about. Hey! Am I gonna Nightmare Wheel? I think I might just ring it. Yeah, let's just ring it. Go ahead and take care of it. Save the Nightmare Wheel for something else. If we need to down the line. Level 2, I think, is a monster we can just take care of. Oh! No sets or anything from the opponent. Okay, well, I'm just gonna flip up this Golem Sentry and get in for a good 1,800. Sorry, 800. There's no Shield and Sword over here. That's a card we could play around with, honestly, in Pac-Man. But let's just set our Golem Sentry, set the Book of Moon, pass the turn. I'm glad I did ring, because, like, now we're getting in extra damage. Aw, boo. Yeah, okay. Okie doke. We lose our Golem Sentry. It's not really that big of a deal. Come on down, Golem Sentry. When you close one door, another one opens. I'm glad I thought of that joke and didn't miss my opportunity there, because that's a great one. And if you all don't appreciate that, you're wrong. All right, we got a backer for the opponent. I don't think I'm going to MST it, honestly. This MST is trained on a Royal Decree, and I don't want to miss my shot at that. And honestly, this could just be a Royal Decree, but we'll see. Oh, a little Worm time? Okay. I like Medusa Worm here, but I don't want to play into Torrential Tribute or Mirror Force. So let's just let's flip up the boy and get in there for 800. All right, very nice. I'll set, and then I will set the Medusa Worm now, and I'll pass the turn. And I'll get to a question while the opponent's taking their turn. Patrick O'Donnell, 4271, says, what's the band you play drums for? I am... Let's see the target for this. If it's Exiled Force, I just don't care. I'll let Exiled Force go. Oh, level 2. Yeah, level 2 is fine. We're attacking there. I could just Ceasefire. I could also Book of Moon. I can just Book of Moon here. Honestly, then I can take care of it, and then I can have Ceasefire for a follow-up knock on some turn. Sure. Yeah, let's just let's Book of Moon the level 2. If Dueling Book will allow. While that's lagging, sorry, Patrick. What's the band you play drums for? I am currently filling in for a band from Bowling Green, Kentucky. It is a metal band. Their name is Stellar Mass. What card do you think could move from limited to semi-limited or completely unrestricted? I believe I answered that question in the last video, so not going to double up on that one. Yeah. So we are here. We drew Breaker, which is fine, because now we can use our MST for other things. And I'm actually just going to kill the level 2 here, rather than send it back to hand. That seems like a good idea to me. Yeah, we are lagging up here a little bit. And then flip summon Ye Ol Golem Sentry. Send this on back to hand. I think we're looking to be in a pretty good spot here. Get in. And attack for 1,300. I'm sorry, opponent. I'm lagging like crazy over here. I guess I could have summoned Breaker, right? I missed Lethal. Alright, so thinking about these questions, I missed Lethal. Fantastic. Once again, Evan, stop reading the questions while you're playing. Yeah, I just did not take the time to calculate that. Breaker attacks for 19. I flip up Ceasefire and kill my opponent. Exact Lethal? Oh, well, they're just going to concede. I didn't miss Lethal. Okay. Actually, I guess Call of the Haunted is good against level 2, right? Let's just take out another Wave Motion Cannon. Sure. Like, it's not good against Royal Decree, and that's kind of why I cut it, because it is, like, the weakest trap we've got, to be honest, but that's probably totally fine. And I probably still just don't need this other Medusa Worm, whatever. Let's just run it back and let's not miss lethal next time. All right, while we're waiting here now, though, and not playing, so I'm not distracted, John Mirror 45 asks, do you think there are any worthy options for another retro format between Goat and Edison? And my answer is, I have no idea. I play Goat. I played, this will surprise you all, I played a few matches of Edison a couple days ago. My friend was talking about Rescue Cat X-Sabers, so I'm like, yeah, I'll play some Rescue Cat. Sure. But yeah, I don't know. Honestly, I play Goat, maybe like Cyber Goat, but like that's basically just Goat with Cyber Dragon. I know some people like to dabble in that though. But we are going to lead on Graceful Charity here. Okay, love to see this. The Morphing Jar looks less good with a whole lot of monsters. I do want to keep this double snare around. Like, Royal Decree is not doing a whole lot right now, but it very well could, obviously. Maybe I'm just getting... Well, Morphing Jar looks pretty good if my opponent's going to keep a bunch of monsters in hand. I don't have any way to play around Knock. So let's just get rid of Sangan. And I need the Book of Moon for level 2. I really want to get rid of Morphing Jar. Yeah, I'm going to get rid of Morphing Jar. As much as that pains me, this plays around a whole bunch of different things. I'm going to set Medusa Worm, and then I'm going to set everything except Scarabs, of course. Well, I'm going to play out the level limit. And I'm going to set the double snare as well. Protected against heavy. If the opponent flips Decree here, that's fine. We can follow up with double snare. Yep, no big deal. Works out for me. They might think the coast is clear for a level 2 attack or whatever, and then I can Book of Moon it. Kill it here. Okay, yep, this is one of the reasons why I wanted to keep both of the Pac-Man monsters. And honestly, like, I don't even need to double snare right now, do I? Yeah, I guess I do if the opponent has Heavy Storm. If that's another Decree, that's going to be really annoying. I guess I could just take this opportunity to summon out... Yeah, let's just summon out Scarabs. This allows us to get an attack for 500. And play around Torrential and Mirror Force and stuff here. I'm trying to think of, like, what spell card could punish it. Enemy Controller doesn't. This works out very well against Scapegoat. Book of Moon obviously doesn't do anything here. Alright, let's set the boy, and then we will flip up double snare. Destroy target Royal Decree, please. Get it out of here. And I'm just going to go ahead and set Gravity Bind as well. And pass the turn. Now if they flip another Decree, yeah, Solemn Judgment, get that out of here. Alright, if the opponent has Heavy Storm, so be it. Tribute to the Doomed. Okay. Alright. I'm a fan of that card. Spirit Reaper, sure. And we'll take my lumps of 300. Lakuta, very nice. Very nice, very nice. Yeah, I guess there's no reason not to just, like, get in 200 damage here, right? The information that they gain for this being Lakuta, I don't think is super duper valuable. Alright, set the boy. Can we get another Solemn Judgment here? If the opponent draws Heavy Storm here, I'm just gonna be so sad. Let's go! They didn't want it. Oh, we're gonna draw into Ring and Magic Jammer on the next turn? Okay, that's kind of like another Solemn Judgment. I think we're gonna win this game. Knowing this information now, because, like, if the opponent's going to quit there, I assume they didn't have an answer for Lakuta or, like, our level limit or something like that. So, what's that going to do? We're going to go up to 302 here. And we will get another one. All right, match number 2 here against Kernman. Hello. Uh-oh. Losing the RPS, no big deal. Good luck, have fun to you as well, opponent. Hit him up with the U2. His hand needs a monster, but outside of that, it is excellent. We can draw into a Scarabs or a Medusa Worm or something here. Very nice. Opponent's having to think, so we're going to get... This looks like an easy question. LB Cash 12, what was your band's name? So I already went over that I'm playing for a band called Stellar Mass right now. This hand's just the goat. Or I guess on this channel, this hand is the camel. But yeah, I'm filling in for a band called Stellar Mass. Though I was in a band for a very long time called Angry Planet. We have an album on Spotify. Yeah, so that was the band that I did 2 tours with. And then I filled in for another band called Captain Dean. I filled in for a band called El Astronauta. I got the Pro Set Heavy over there. Get that out of here. Pay 4,000 life points for you to kindly fuck off, opponent. No. All right. Yeah, True Nade is True Nade's a problem for this deck. Please don't have a big follow-up. Please just be burn or something. Well, I guess if it's burn, then it is cat. Okay. Yep. They definitely should have swords before they played the cat, just in case this was a Night Assailant or something. Oh, they set the last will. It just interesting sequencing there, because like green, you're not gonna play around green Kappa. Let's be real, but green Kappa does exist in the format. You should just play your swords first, not like knocking the opponent or anything. Just saying it's Oh, do they not have Stein in their deck? They may not, or oh, triple Wombat. Okay. So this is more than likely a cat OTK. Yeah, okay, we're dead. Not not much we could really do there, right? Tribe is excellent in these matchups. I guess Needle Sealing. Yeah, if they're playing Ojamas and stuff, because I don't know if it's straight up OTK, and like they could still just be playing Ojama Trio because it's really good with Panda. Divine Wrath seems okay. Curse of Royal's not very good. And if I can protect Jaugen, I think Jaugen is kind of alright. Morphing Jar can get out. Nox are good against the Jars, but like... I think I'll cut my losses there, honestly. 1, 2, 3, 4. And, well, you know, Gravity Bind's not amazing. Maybe I will even the Nox. Do I want to cut this other level limit? I really could. And just, like, bring back in the Wave Motion Cannon. I don't hate that. There's also Wall of Revealing Light I could bring in, but... I don't know how big of a fan I am of that. Yeah, I just don't want to be paying a whole lot of life points here, right? I'm not going to bring in Spell Absorbing Life or Solemn Wishes. The Wombats could be a big problem for me, but we've got removal. We can make it work. Here, this hand's okay. I'm not going to play Afraid of Heavy Storm, especially against the deck that's... well, I'm actually... Yeah, I'm just not going to play Afraid of Heavy Storm here. This deck plays, you know, 3 copies of Giant True Nade, Heavy Storm. I'm honestly still not sure if I even cited correctly, but, like, I don't think it's worth it for me to bring in the anti-burn measures. Yeah. Mind Controlling turn 1 against Pac... I don't normally like... I've covered this before, I think, in the series. Usually, Lakuta is not the card that gets set turn 1. But it's going to work out for the opponent here. Into True Nade. Okay. I mean, we might just be dead. But, you know, what do you do? Graceful, sure. Maybe they don't have it yet. Of course, this could be a sign, you know, maybe they have double True Nade or whatever. But discarded last will. That's gotta be bad news for me. Just a Wombat? Okay. Prima Wombat. Okay, so we take 32. That's not really that big of a deal. We can set Lakuta. And then we have Needle Sealing online? Alright. I'm down. No other play? Magic Jammer? Okay, okay. Alright, so how do we want to play this turn? This will just leave... What do we want to discard? Cylinder, maybe? Keep our Divine Wrath online. Let's set Lakuta. Set this Lakuta. Set Jammer. Set Needle Sealing. I know I want to set those for sure. And I definitely want to play out the Wave Motion Cannon, so we'll do that. And I guess... Yeah, Cylinder is probably just my worst card here. Let's just set Divine Wrath in case, you know, I don't know. The opponent's able to do something a little weird here. And we'll pass the turn. But Needle Sealing could be an absolute blowout here. Pot of Greed, sure. I'm not going to Magic Jammer that. Hopefully they summon out another monster, right? A back row, okay. A back row, okay. Another back row, okay. And another. All right, well, burn cards are us, I would imagine. But interesting. I'm not going to flip the Needle Sealing right here. Yeah, because Ojometrio. Just desserts. Okay, now, now I flip the Needle Sealing. Is this okay? I mean, I'm still going to take a decent chunk, but it's not... Are you serious? Decree? Oh. Alright, so we're going to take 5, 9, 10, 11. I guess we're not dead. Right? 5, 9, 10, 11. It's 2,200, 2,500. We take 4,700 here. Royal Decree? I was not expecting that. Okay. Oh, desserts is negated. Okay, my bad. My bad. Alright, put a counter on our Wave Motion, but, I mean, we need to deal with these Wombats, of course. Ugh. Alright. Let's, flip up Lakuta number 1. If I can get the tribe down, it'll be great. Flip up Lakuta number 2. Golem Sentry. Okay. Alright, not bad. Not bad. We can make use of this. Let's... I need to get the tribe down. And, like, I guess, like, there's no reason to set these. Because I'm not going to be able to use them anyway, even if the opponent has, like, a giant True Nade or whatever. Yeah, let's just pass the turn. I would imagine the opponent's going to attack, like, both of our Lakutas. And that unlocks tribe. We can summon tribe, kill these. It kills these as well. And maybe we can get there with whale. No. Are we dead? 3,300 attacking and it's 27. Okay, we're dead. All right. Well, I mean, we got absolutely just ranched by the by the cat deck here. Yeah, you too. Look at that. Be nice to people on the ladder. This is how you do it. Love that. I don't think there was really anything we could have done in that match. I think we just got absolutely obliterated. That's totally fine. We'll see. That was a really quick one. I I normally don't show this screen, but I kind of just like backed out of it. So while we're on the screen looking for a match, Broke DSU says favorite MTG cards or decks. My favorite card of all time is Nissa Voice of Zendikar. Big fan of that. I was laughed at by a tournament organizer one time because I walked up to the counter at the shop that we were playing a tournament at, and I was like, "Do you have any of these in foil?" Because I had a foiled Elves deck, and they laughed at me. They're like, "For Modern?" I'm like, "Yes, for Modern." And then I top eighted their tournament with Nissa in my deck. There was also another person in that top eight that top eighted with Nissa in their deck. So that was just it's kind of a little bit of a great, just kind of an FU moment. Pretty awesome. Favorite decks, mostly Modern: Hammer Time, Grinding Breach, Elves. I played a lot of Is It Phoenix as well. Storm, big fan of Storm decks. Big fan of all things Bazaar in Vintage. So that's kind of where I am on all of that. Great hand. Just going to play out all these cards. If the opponent wants to duo a Swords Away, that's fine with me. I will pass the turn. Oh, I also played a lot of Blue-Red Murktide for a bit. I was actually the innovator for two specific cards in that deck. Legit, I am the reason that people started playing Chandra Awakened Inferno in the side. I had the first... and I think the highest ever, at least in paper tournament, like major paper tournaments, the highest placing Murktide list with Chandra Awakened Inferno on the side. I played that over Jace the Mind Sculptor. Ooh, a Buster Blader? Okay. Yeah. Little Mystic Tomato there too, the pumpkin. Alright, so we know... Whoa, hold on. We didn't discard either of the Thunder Dragons. I'm so used to, like, not... Yeah, sure. Forbidden Memories come on down. I'm so used to, like, not keeping track of Thunder Dragons in hand after a Graceful Charity. This is so sick. We did all of this card advantage to just, like, throw it away to put a twin-headed Thunder Dragon on the board and not even attack. I love it. Do I want to ring it? I think not, actually. Like, I guess it does get me closer to Wave Motion, but we'll be fine. Let's not waste our resources when we don't have to. Not making fun of the opponent for using their resources this way. I think it's sick as hell. But just say that I think it's funny. That the opponent had like 8 billion cards in hand, and now they're down to 4 total. All right, let's reset this Medusa Worm here. I am going to set the Ceasefire. I'd imagine we're going to be using this ring, or we can use this Wave Motion Cannon soon if we need to, and Ceasefire protects me from knock. And Medusa Worm is about the only thing I've got going on here. So, second Medusa Worm, pretty good. Oh, the other card from Murktide is Soul Guide Lantern. This one, like, I don't take full credit for, because a lot of people, you know, at the beginning were like, sort of like, we don't really know. And then people started to catch on with Relic of Progenitus. And then I'm like, Relic makes no sense to me at all. So I just started playing with Soul Guide Lantern, and I had quite a few tops with it. And there started to be a trend of more people starting to play it around that time. But the Chandra, that was me. The Chandra was me, and I actually kind of became known for that card from a few people around that time. That was a lot longer of an answer than I thought it would be. I don't claim to like ever be like, I was the first to do this. Because I'm sure there was someone out there at some point that was like, oh, let's put Chandra in here for fun or something like that. But I was literally the first one in a major tournament to have that card on my side. Well, the opponent sure did take 5,500 and concede the game there. All right. I don't know. We're playing against Polymerization Buster Blader. I'd imagine it's a Fusion Gate deck, right? So we could bring in the MST probably. I don't really think we need the wall. Where are you going? Where are you going, opponent? Come on now. All right, I guess they're off it. Not much going on there. This is kind of like episode, what was it, 3? Was it 3 or 2 where I won like 6 matches in a row? I think it was, I guess I would have had to have been episode 3 because 4 was the bad one, right? Okay. We are up to 309. We're plus 21 today so far. Yeah, that's this is not a good one to end on. Let's try for another. All right, here we are. Giamba Tiato, I think is the opponent's name. But yeah, I don't want to. I want to make it clear. I'm not just sitting here beating my chest like I was the first to ever do this, because I don't really like when people take credit to be like, I was the first person that ever made this deck, or I'm the reason everybody plays this. Because they're usually wrong. There's always someone else out there that did something first, generally. All I'm saying is I had, I was the one who topped, or had the best finishes in major tournaments with a certain card, and certain people started to try it out after that happened. And it was more than one documented finish and stuff like that. So I claim that card as my own just because I love the card, and because of that little thing. It's just cool. But here, opponent's going to lead on Thunder Dragon into Delinquent Duo. Very nice. I do like our hand. I would love to keep the Solemn... Like I said, I'd love to keep the Solemn Judgment here. So just get rid of Gravity Bind. Keep our level limit around. That sounds good to me. Opponent down to double Thunder Dragon and 3 others in hand. Okay, face down monster. Looks like I'm not going to get to all of the questions that you all have sent in this video as well, but I will keep going through them. I'm going to get through every single one of them, I promise. But yeah, trying not to make myself lose a little bit over here. Let's just set Golem Sentry, and then I'm going to play level limit, pass the turn. I mean, hopefully that's not a Moth. If it's a Moth, the opponent gets back to Delinquent Duo, so be it. What do you do? 0 decisions were made here. Like, I guess I could have gotten rid of a monster. And then I could have set my Gravity Bind, but I don't really think I wanted to get rid of a monster whenever knock is a total possibility. And we don't play very many monsters. There's a good likelihood that we don't draw into one. But I guess that is a downside. We shall see here. Opponent having to think. So, one more question. Cosmic Chrysatine, I believe is how you pronounce that. If that's wrong, I'm very sorry. I actually looked it up to try to to get it. I believe it is Moth. I believe the singular is Chrysatine. So Chrysatine would be like some sort of rodent, I believe. Multiple of them. Now you all know that. What do you think of Magic Drain? I think the card sucks. I like it. I think it's cool. Competitively speaking, I think that card is awful. You give your opponent basically the option to get rid of their worst spell in hand to keep a better one. It never works out as a plus. I guess not never. There is a chance where it could work out as a plus, but it very rarely works out as a plus. Okay, we're going to tribute for Thunder Dragon. No Dark in the graveyard, so we can just bounce that right back to hand. Cool. Yeah, it very, very, very rarely works out as a plus. So if you're giving your opponent a choice for a 1-for-1 or a 2-for-2, that's not where you want to be. Just play something else. Like literally almost anything else. But let's bounce this Thunder Dragon back to our opponent's hand. What's my favorite normal monster? That's tough. The first thing that's popping into my head is Luster Dragon. Really like Gemini Elf because I like the art with the original Secret Rare. There's got to be something weird that I'm missing. But I just can't think of cool normal monsters right now. Yeah. Yeah, I can't really think of anything too cool. So, I don't know, maybe Luster Dragon? Luster Dragon's up there for sure. I love the art. I always thought the card was sick. I remember finally getting one back in 5th grade. So, big fan of that card. We'll go with Luster Dragon for now. I would have to look through a bunch of cards to see if that's like actually correct, but I'll go with Luster Dragon for now. It's really all I can form in my brain. What's your favorite meme strategy? You're looking at it right now. Pac-Man, for sure. I would not say Pac-Man is good. I know some of you have said that I've made the deck look good from time to time on YouTube, especially in some of the more curated videos. I know it looked awful in the last video of this series, but, you know, competitively speaking, like, I took it to a GGP and I went 3-3. I almost won my 5th round match to start 4-1. So, I mean, it came like right down to the wire. Like, I think I got the opponent down to like 200 life points or something in game 3, something like that. I mean, very, very, very close. But competitively speaking, if your goal is to win a tournament, I wouldn't play Pac-Man. So, while it doesn't fit necessarily like some of the like deep strategies that we have hit on Meme Deck Monday, I would still consider it a meme deck. That thing's going right to defense position, opponent. You're not attacking with that. Sorry. Don't know what to tell you. Yeah, there we go. Let's see. There was more to this question. Will you do Hungry Burger Chaos for Meme Deck Monday? I might do that at some point. I need to do more ritual stuff. I need to get Pike Freak on this channel. To play some Relinquished. I mentioned it to him. But I need to actually follow through and do that. Ring on Sentry. Yes, opponent, you you have to pick a target. You can target this Kaiku if you want to push damage. Okay. Cool. We both take 800. We send this Kaiku back to the hand. I think the opponent might just be lagging a little bit over there. That's totally fine. I typed a 3 in there for some reason. Well, let's get that back to your hand, opponent. My effect still goes through. And I'm not going to play out any more into Heavy Storm. So let's just pass the turn. The opponent does draw into Heavy Storm. They pick up a plus, they get rid of some of this stuff, but I do have Magic Cylinder plus level limit to back me up, and if they're summoned as a Kaiku, you know, still got this Golem Sentry here. Manju, okay. So maybe a little Relinquish going on over there too. In some ways, I think this is a better matchup for Pac-Man than Chaos Turbo. In other ways, I think it's worse. Relinquished is not quite Thousand Eyes Restrict, so Relinquished is not the end of the world, so maybe this is a better matchup for me than Turbo. But Relinquished can suck up the face-down monsters, so that's a little annoying. Oh, we got a Black Illusion Ritual and Pass. You discard one more, please. Unfortunately, this is not Magic the Gathering. You cannot keep 7 cards in your hand at the end of the turn. Grab me some more coffee. Did my opponent have 7 cards at the end of their last turn? No, because I bounced their Kaiku on my turn. I'm going to rewatch this and I'm going to see that my opponent had 7 cards. That is one of the things that, like, it's kind of weird. Like, I don't keep track of the number of cards in my opponent's hand when it's like a huge number for some reason. Hand limit is 6 in Yu-Gi-Oh!, 7 in Magic the Gathering. It's like whenever I'm playing in paper, I ask all the time, how many cards do you have in hand? Because, like, I don't have everything splayed out for me on a screen here. So I definitely don't want to bounce this back to my opponent's hand. Let's not do that. Another Golem Sentry is okay. I wish it was a Swarm of Scarabs, because I would like to be able to start killing these things, but, you know. Opponent doesn't have any darks in the graveyard, so there's that. We know about Black Illusion Ritual in the hand. Let's set Golem Sentry. But yeah, I'm sorry if they did have 7 at the end of their turn, 1 turn. My bad. Not a big deal. But totally fine. I don't think they did. Oh, here comes the MST. What are we targeting? Okay, yeah, level limit down, no big deal. I've got Mirror Force, Nightmare Wheel. We are good to go here. This video is going to be a little bit longer than I wanted it to be. Kind of wanted a shorter one this time. Just, keep the brain fresh, not do too many, but I couldn't end on that last one there, I don't think. Yep, if you refresh Dueling Book, it'll let you target. That happens to me all the time. It's one of the biggest annoyances, but... Tsukuyomi. Hold on. Yeah, let's just chain to the effect. We'll target the Manju. We'll keep it face down. And this will start getting a little bit of burn damage in, and also prevent our opponent from getting a Relinquished into play. This turn, I know Relinquished isn't, you know, the end of the world, because we do have another Golem Sentry, but if I can protect them by just using a Nightmare Wheel, that sounds good to me, right? Think opponent may be lagging as well as not being able to target. Taking a little bit of time here. But, you know, it gives me more time to talk. Haha, you all have to listen to me. Yeah, wheel only stops manual position changes, so even if it is in response to the Tsukuyomi effect, it does still flip down. But then it stays flipped down. Ooh, well, Nox not doing me any good here, but... Standby phase, we will declare the effect of Nightmare Wheel. And the opponent will take 500. We are on an 11-turn clock currently. Sounds good to me. I mean, Heavy Storm's still live. I just don't need to play level limit, right? Because I've got Mirror Force. These are going to live against pretty much anything the deck can throw at me. Yeah, I'm just going to pass the turn. And, like, I can't attack anyway. Scapegoat? We're going to lock the field? Okay. Oh. Metamorphosis would be annoying. But, you know, not the end of the world. Big yawn. Getting tired over here. Ah, there's the heavy. Okay. I guess we could just be going into Relinquished. Hopefully it is just Relinquished. I guess Thousand Eyes Restrict. No, Thousand Eyes Restrict is much worse for me here. I think it might be Relinquished. This is just game 1, right? We've just been here forever. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. I mean, well, this is the game we got double duoed to, like, almost nothing, so being in this position is actually kind of insane. Honestly. Because at one point we had, like, 0 going on. And now the opponent has used their heavy. Yeah, Black Illusion Ritual's fine. Bring out your Relinquished, suck up a Golem Sentry. I'll bounce your Relinquish right back to hand. Everything's okay. I guess I could attack first and then take a face up, but that doesn't really make a whole lot of sense, I don't think. Attack and defense of this card become the same amount, blah. Any battle damage you receive from the battle, as if it's attacked, right? If this card is destroyed. What? Monsters, and any battle damage you receive from the battle. Oh, if, okay, for that one specifically. Okay. You gotta make room for me. It looks like the opponent's just resetting here. While they're doing that, hold on. Tito is meowing at the door. Let me see if I can get him. Tito? Oh, I got the cat. This is Tito. Say hi to everybody, Tito. All right, the opponent made room for me. My mom has 2 cats. We've got Tito here, who's been meowing all day to try to see the pigs. We keep the door closed most of the time, obviously, because we don't want the cats in here. I don't think they would hurt the pigs. They're pretty mild-natured, but, you know, can never be too safe. I'd rather not have a slaughter on my hands. Yeah, mom's got another cat called Leroy. Leroy loves being held. Loves tummy scratches and all that good stuff. But here, I'm going to put you down, buddy. Yeah, there's Tito. I was kind of hoping he would come by. He's a good cat. Tito loved Dad. All right, take your 400, please, opponent. Yeah, they don't really want to... Well, obviously they don't want to attack Relinquished into it. Just be taking 1800 for no reason. Like, I don't even need to flip this up now, right? Well, I guess I can. I don't really want to send Relinquish back to the hand, though. And I would like to keep my opponent's board clogged. That seems advantageous for me. I'm going to reset it. There's just too many ways my opponent could, like, unlock the board, go into a Snatch Steal, and that'd be really bad for me. And obviously this doesn't play around Knock, but it's probably fine. I guess I can just Duo first. Yeah, let's just Duo first. See what we can get out of our opponent's hand. Would love a Wave Motion Cannon at some point. Scapegoat, get out of here. Ah, Scapegoat's not doing the opponent any good. And Kaiku, okay. So we knew about the Kaiku. There's finally a Dark. We know there's a Tsukuyomi. I don't... Do I play around Snatch Steal or do I play around Knock? Let's just play around Knock. Whatever. Oh, I could... No. I was going to say, I've got a free attack on a token, but I don't want to do that. Let's just activate Level Limit. Put the Manju in defense, and I'm just going to set the Knock as well. And I guess I'll leave Golem Sentry face up. This plays around Snatch Steal very poorly, and Chaos Sorcerer, but I think there's a higher likelihood of them knocking than throwing either one of those onto the table this turn. Yep. Got a face down. Ring's gone too, right? Yeah. Are we attacking? That's not going to work out for you, opponent, if you do. You're more than welcome to. Yeah. Oh, Pot of Greed? Very pog. I say that way too much. I just think it's funny. Because Pot of Greed, POG, pog. Alright, Medusa Worm. Love to see that. And a Sangan. Sangantha's not bad. Sangin gets me into Morphing Jar, which I kind of don't really need. Let's just set Medusa Worm, I guess. Here's where I really, really wish that was a Stealth Bird, but, you know, what do you do? MST and Heavy are gone, as well as one Moth. Okay. Alright, looks like we're at a little bit of a stalemate, so one more question. Castronaris, I believe it is. Once again, sorry if I, sorry if I butchered that. Any MTG mechanics you'd like to see in Yu-Gi-Oh? For me, it's Scrying. Scrying would be very good. Also cool. Dredge. Dredge and Storm. Just watch the game burn. That's what I want. Storm in a game where everything is free would just be absurd. Let's not do that. But I just like Storm. I'm just gonna keep passing the turn here. I like doing broken things as well. I like combo decks. I like stall decks. I like to do the unfair things. That's just what I like to do. All right, we're gonna call here on the Insta. Target Lakuta. I've been impressed by Call of the Haunted in this whole run. Big fan. Royal Decree. Where did that come from? Okay. Oh, Jar. Okay. Yep. I'm into Jar here. We will set the boy, and now I guess I do set this. Yeah. Because on the next turn, now I kind of do want to bounce the Relinquished. And I also wouldn't mind drawing out a knock here, because like the opponent knows what this is, so, and it does appear to be a threat. So maybe they do want to knock here rather than knocking my Morphing Jar, which is just going to get me a whole bunch of advantage. Meta, yeah. Okay. Well, we're in for a long time, not a good time. Uh-huh. Look at that. We got the brothers here. Taking the Morphing Jar. Alright. I see. I see how it is. Now your field's locked and you can't attack. You don't get to use traps either. Wait, no. What? I think they were just clicking. I'm gonna say, you clicked on that Morphing Jar, and like, if you get that information, that's one of those where I'm just kind of like, maybe you don't get to take that one back, because you just gained a whole lot of information by seeing the Morphing Jar. Second target, yeah, I kind of thought so. No problem. No problem, opponent. You're all good. Ring of Destruction. Well, you know, this Decree wasn't over here. That'd be okay. Guess I'll set Sangantha. No reason really not to. Metamorphosis is gone. Get that off your field. Clear up 2 spots. So hopefully my opponent just like sets 2 traps. And loses the game because of it. I think I'm advantaged here, right? It's just going to take a long time. Because I've got 3 wave motion cannons I'm drawn to. Opponent discards Torrential. Were we meaning to set that? Please, by all means, set it. Your MST is gone. I would love for you to clog your back row, and then I'll just deck you out. Sounds good to me. You're all good, opponent. Everybody misclicks. Dexterity errors happen. No big deal. Yeah. Go, by all means, set more trap cards. Swarm of Scarabs. Do I need to set that? Now I'm trying to think about what monsters I have in the deck. No Stealth Bird. I guess Swarm of Scarabs is one of my best ones to have down, right? Okay. We'll set it. And we're just sitting here in Wave Motion Cannon waiting room. I'm not really sure. Heavy Storm's gone. MST is gone. I'm never clearing one of your monsters unless you have a monster that like you can tribute 2 for. Like a D-Mock. Oh god. D-Mock would be absurd here. Yes. Okay. Alright. Hopefully the opponent is just locked now. I don't even feel the need to play out the swords. Yeah. Just keep passing the turn. If I was the opponent, I wouldn't have set either of those cards. Perma-locked? Let's go. Someone was asking for a deck out from PACMAN in one of these videos. Here you go. We got it. Deck out confirmed. We found the win con. I'll sit here and click in turn as long as you want to, opponent. You got to discard now. Wait, did they? They had to discard last turn too. Whatever. We're just kind of going through the motions. So I'm not too worried about it. The opponent's not going to get to play anything. I'm not going to get to play anything. Or I guess I can, because I didn't lock myself out completely. But I think what the opponent should have done is... Oh, Night Assailant? You want to get something back? You do get the Night Assailant, or Night Assailant, as I guess as I said. But yeah, it looks like this game is over, so I'm not too worried about them. Okay, yeah, and then they discard the Manju. I'm not too worried about them having 8 cards in hand, whatever. I don't really care at this point. I guess they think they can win this game, even though they tell me they're locked. I don't know. Knock. I'm not interested in that. If I draw a Wave Motion Cannon, I will play it. Clearly, but... maybe I won't. You know, Royal Decree doesn't stop activations? I mean, the opponent has to know I'm playing Ring. Well, I guess Ring's one of my best cards. Just get rid of the Gravity Bind. So maybe they have like a Solemn Judgment or a Magic Jammer as this card. So maybe I actually just don't play the Wave... no, I've got to play the Wave Motion Cannon, right? Yeah, there we go. That's going to be the concession. All right. In a, Lord, like 15, 20-minute game 1, it came down to our opponent completely locking out their own field and losing. Cool. All right, let's bring in Tribe. We'll bring in Breaker. I don't usually bring in Curse of Royal against the Decree decks. Divine Wrath seems good. Needle Sealing seems good. Wall? I don't know about. Jowgen's actually kind of interesting, but I don't really think I want it because like they're still playing Kaikus and Manjus and Tsukuyomi, all that good stuff. So yeah, I definitely don't want Jowgen, but I do want these probably. And what do we not want here? Cylinder I think is actually pretty good. Ceasefire, it's okay. Knock. We saw Moth and Spy, so I probably want to keep Knock in. Okay. All these cards are good. So let's get rid of Cylinder. I guess I'm just going to get rid of Ceasefire. I'll cut my losses against Knock in that way. It's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Need to cut 3 more. I guess we can cut down on a Medusa Worm. And Gravity Bind stops quite a bit, but also, they are still a scapegoat deck. With meta, with Relinquished, stuff like that. So, and it is a trap. So, cut a couple of traps. Taking out a couple Gravity Binds, I think is totally fine. We've still got removal and protection stuff. We're good. This hand's not great, but hopefully the opponent just like sets a monster and passes. We can lead on Golem Sentry, Knock, set a Solemn Judgment. Graceful Charity is not a set a monster pass, but I guess it could be with extra steps, right? See here. Grab some coffee. Okay. Did have a Serpent, but we discarded a Night Assailant without effect. Cool. Okay, we got one more question, and it's an easy one. Proxidize5738 says, what would be the contender for a Jund archetype analog for GOAT format? Warriors. I've long held that Warrior is a mid-range deck. You play a lot of interaction with cheap, efficient creatures. That's Jund. That's literally Jund. For those of you who don't know what Jund is like the stereotypical mid-range deck from Magic the Gathering in the colors of red, black, and green. Plays a lot of removal and efficient creatures that get your opponent dead quickly. Okay, opponent not communicating. That's all right. Arby's, we have the monsters. A lot of monsters here. I'm just going to set Golem Sentry. I'll take the L on a Heavy Storm. I'm just going to set everything in case that's like a scapegoat or whatever. Set them all, pass the turn. Totally fine with me. Yeah, okay. Good. Glad I said everything. I'm guaranteed to keep at least one Lakuta. In fact, that's probably what I'm going to keep. Because I've got this Golem Sentry here. I don't think I need the Scarabs. I also have a Knock. As well as a Needle Sealing. So, probably just going to keep a Lakuta from this. Yep, in fact, the opponent doesn't even give me the option. They just go ahead and select Scarabs, yep. Get rid of Lakuta here. Sangan against the world. They did not add back their Serpent. Blade Knight. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to let that go. If they set a couple of cards here, it's fine. But I get the feeling they're not. Blade Knight's an interesting card to have in this deck, honestly. I can't Snatch Steal a face-down monster. I think the opponent may be a little bit newer to the game. But that's okay. Equip spells can only target the face-ups. Even though Snatch Steal does not specify face-up, it does have to be on a face-up monster. If Snatch could just take face-down monsters, holy shit. That would be very good. But, I mean, now we know the opponent has Snatch in hand. That's good information. Aw. Oh, okay. Opponent, well... I'll take your points. I'll take your points. And we are going up to 325. We're at a little over an hour, closer to an hour and 15 minutes. At least of record time. I know I'm going to cut down a little bit in editing, like between the matches, but that's really not very much. I got these matches pretty quickly, and then there was one I was talking to. I was talking through like the entirety of getting another match. So I'm rambling here, but what I'm saying is that's all you get. That's the end of the video. Goodbye, people. I mean, we still have to look at the graphic first, but yeah, that's going to be the end of the matches. Let me move over to the other screen where you can't see me. Much more attractive. There we go. So, we see we're up to 325. And we are 14-3, I think. Yeah, we went, what, 3-1? 3-1 in this video, I think. We lost a Catburn. Just got absolutely blown out by that. But yeah, we're 14-3. We're at 325 ELO with Pac-Man. Feeling pretty good about it. Feel much better about this episode. I know there were a few misplays, like missing the lethal with the breaker and all of that stuff, but I was reading questions, so for the sake of content, I love these videos. I'm just like kind of sit here. Like I have a yogurt in my hand right now. I've got a coffee sitting next to me. I can just sit here and ramble about things. I get to do a Q&A, which by the way, we're out of questions. So if y'all want to send more questions, go right ahead. Just like some of these videos, I might not get to all of them. And I do think at this point, I probably need to start recording quite a few more of these in advance. So there may be some that just don't have any answers if I don't have any questions. But I will get to all of them. I'm having a super fun time answering the questions, and you all are welcome to ask just about anything. So if there's something I think that I don't want to answer, I just won't answer it. So don't worry. If you wanna throw down a question for me. But yeah, what was it? 14-3 I decided on that we are. Yes, 14-3, 325 elo. Not a bad start for Pac-Man. We're out of here.